If you're Hi everyone, and thank you for joining Crystal and Misha do reality reviews. Hey Misha.
Hey, Crystal. Hey, everyone. Thank y'all for joining us today on
Yes, sorry
Sunday.
we are a tiny bit late. I hope you don't hear
We've
the
been
dog.
way more late than this, Crystal.
Yeah, that is a very good point. So I take the sorry back because we got a lot going on. We got a lot to talk about. That is a good point. If you hear the dog in the background, please let me know. Hello from Hey Z. Z, are you
Hey,
in the
Monique. Hey,
UK?
Z.
Hey Monique, I didn't know you were in the UK. What's up? Or you just in the UK right now, and we're just should be living vicariously through you. So hey, how are y'all doing? Yeah. So okay, Misha, what if your man told you he don't want to see your face? He don't want to see your face no more. What if an ex told you he don't want to see your face no more?
Who said that? Where is this coming from?
Did you see the women empowerment live with Liz with Liz
Aisha and
Aisha
Vern?
and
I
Vern?
didn't watch it. I saw it, like the post, but I didn't watch
Right.
it.
I saw the post and I saw a good 2 minutes of it, but we were talking about it with another round was talking about it the other night and I said, did he say that? Did
So,
Jason
who
say
said
that?
that?
Jason told Liz that I don't want to see your face.
The, it's not,
She
it
tongue
sounds a
tied,
bit
y'all.
feminine because
What?
I'm sure it sounds feminine because like I'm sure I picture a woman saying that to a man, but a man to say that to a woman, that's different. I didn't
That's
watch
different.
the live, but
I wouldn't
child,
have I wouldn't have admitted that. Like, why would especially I'm not going to say that to the whole world like that. I'm not telling anyway.
why wouldn't he want to see her face? What did she do?
When you
I'm gonna
get
have to
to
go back and watch the live because
when you
I
get
don't
to a
know,
point when you
child.
tell somebody you don't want to see their face, you at a point. You mm. Anyway, y'all, let's get it going. This
Yes. Hey Angel, hey AW.
hey,
Thank
okay,
y'all for
there's a
tuning in.
W. Why listen, you at a certain point in your you're at a certain point in mentally where you just don't want to see that face no more. Okay, y'all, let's get it going. So I got two bags on the bed. What do you
I was about to start.
ooh, two bags. So what did you think of this?
I was very much with Dakia this episode. The other episode she's been getting on my nerves, but I agree with her. This was planned. They talked about this. They talked about the bags, the bed, the onesie. It's it seemed very well like they talked about this because how they both just walk in. First of all, I was like, did they Google the Airbnb or something? Because they both walk in and just dart straight towards the bed, drop the bag, and then go out. So that was like, y'all talked about this. This was not where am I gonna sleep? Do you want to share a bed? No, they definitely talked about this and planned this. We'll get into it.
Okay,
We'll
let's get
we'll
into
get
it.
into
'Cause, okay,
Clifton. We'll get
so
into
I hear
Clifton.
your point a little bit. I think yes, they Googled the Airbnb. I would have done the same thing. You give me the address where I'm staying. I'm gonna find
Because
out like
how they find the biggest room that fast? How they
no, no,
both
not
just walk
they.
in?
Joy came in third after Dakia. Now that could have been production's plan because Clifton came in, then Dakia came in, and then
But you
Joy.
didn't see her look for a bed. She
No, but
walked straight to the
she said,
room.
"Where's your room?" She said, "Where's your room?" to Clifton, and he said, "Oh, my room's back there." And she said, "Oh, okay, cool." I definitely think there was something to that. The reason I say that is because when he was standing there with Dakia and Sabrina, I said, "Sir, you're not that good of an actor." He was like, "Whose bag is on my bed? What are you talking about? There's a bag on my bed. There's a green bag. What? Huh? What? Misha, you're wearing a white shirt. What? Like I didn't. We did, like I was like, sir, stop it. Just stop it. So I did. So I totally agree with that. So I do hear you on that. I don't know. I do think Sabrina, not Sabrina. I'm so sorry. Dakia, you are not blind, and you're not. If anybody could, everybody could tell that you may have been, letting this man feel on your leg, but he has not been quiet about the fact that him and Joy have had a connection. So I don't know. I hear your point, but
but
time. Go ahead.
we'll get into it later, but it seems like he's been doing some pillow talking with Dakia, some like buttering her up as well. And we have to remember Dakia is not seeing all the things that we see as far as Joy and Clifton's interactions, the things that they're saying. Like, so Dakia, yes, she knows that Joy's number one, but I don't think she knows to what extent because she's not seeing the scenes that we see. And then, secondly, when she made the comment, like he's spending all his time with her, he told me we're gonna like what do you cuddle on the couch and different things. So it seems like I can understand how she's hurt. I think for us it's like, well, duh, he obviously likes Joy more, but for her I can see how she might be a little misled. Because even when they showed the flashback, when she said, well, are you already off the table? Can I, like, is there still a chance for a connection? And he said, oh, yes, there is. So I think she feels like you made me think like there was still a possibility for a possibility of me moving up on your list. So I understand Dakia in that sense.
I hear your point a little bit because this man has been affectionate and he has been giving her the impression that he's interested. I just think that him and Joy are on a different level. So, I mean,
They are, but I get why Dakia would not know that.
Mm. Yeah, he's been letting her. He's been giving her the impression that she's there, that she's they're neck and neck. Maybe I don't know.
Right.
I don't know the vagina drinks, and then I'm like, that's a lot of the sexual innuendo, but
Listen,
is
if
that a
a
lot
man look me in his eyes and say, "Can I drink Adio hoo hoo?" We go together, okay?
Yeah, you do. But so to me, just so there's sexual innuendo, and then there's sexual, and then there's intimacy. There
Right.
is relationship conversations, and then there's sexual conversations. And I feel like he's been giving Dakia a lot of the,
Right.
sexual connection, but not a lot of the intimacy conversations. So that's where I'm with it. I'm at with it. I hear you that he has been letting Dakia know he's interested in her, but him and Joy have been just on a different level. Dakia was Clifton's second. I'm telling you, thank you, Joshua. Dakia was Clifton's second option. Remember, he wasn't initially into her like that. Well,
But
when you say that, Joshua, are you talking about like in the beginning, he was like, she's real officey or whatever. She's been on the professional level and not on the, like get to know you level.
you gotta I'm paying attention to what he said in the beginning when they had their first date, Clifton and Dakia. He said Joy's still my top, but I can have some fun with Dakia. And I think that's his mindset. Like, yes, I of course I like Joy more, but I'm still going to keep Dakia around for some fun. And he's kind of proving himself. We'll get to the end where we'll get to that part, but he's proving himself and like his motives when Joy approaches him about let Dakia know that the connection is done pretty much, and he's still hesitating. So I think that he's staying true to what he's been saying. So
but he said I can still have some fun with Dakia. He's not saying I want to be in a relationship with Dakia.
Right. I agree, Z. I don't think he maybe he's not ready, but I sense like a hesitance, like he's hesitant towards like locking it down with Joy. So we'll see.
So I have a second question then. Do you think that you said that this was all planned between the both of them, or was this just planned between the Joy of them? The JOI, the Joy said, "Where's your bed?"
Like, no, he's definitely I don't want to say he's playing both of them, but he's speaking to both of them separately.
Yeah,
where I get why both of them think their place is where it's at. So I don't think that was all Joy. I think Clifton, just like Clifton talked up Dakia, like we gonna sit on the couch and we gonna snuggle and be by the fire and sipping hot chocolate, and he filled her head up with that vision. I'm sure he did the same with Joy. Like, yeah, we can share a bed. Yeah, let's get a onesie. Blah blah blah. And from what it looked like, he had to go and get that onesie off of Prime, because that thing that was his first time wearing that tight thing.
People were saying that this was not that wasn't matching. I said he's the farmer and that's the cow. Like what? He's definitely
I'm convinced that was his first time wearing that. He probably never wore it again because he couldn't even breathe in it.
Absolutely not. That's absolutely not. There's no way. There's no way he wore that onesie again. It was funny. It was cute, but I just feel like I think that Joy was planting her seed and letting Dakia know without letting her know, without saying words, that it's time for you to move on. So, okay. With that being said, y'all, let's move on. This next scene, y'all, and at that point in time, kind of
that's Monique's bae. That's Monique's boo talking about the aloof. I said aloof. Aloofa, we taking a shower?
Yeah, it threw me aloof. I'm like, what? It threw. So go ahead. What do you think of this? I didn't.
Not J-Dub. Oh, that's Trey. Never mind. That's Trey Mack. No, he did it.
Look at these ladies in white. Oh, Lisa Ray. Thank you, Trey.
I was like, what was the point of this?
I have no idea.
Everybody's like, oh, it's production. I high-key think Tori really wanted that sit down. He wanted that moment. And it was just like, why are we here? What is the point of this?
I agree. There was no point. I thought it was kind of silly. And I don't know why at this point, like, I just think that this is a moot conversation. It's a moot point. That was what, 2 or 3 weeks ago. So you guys needed a closure conversation, as a man's man closure conversation. I just thought it was kind of silly.
Closure and for a lot of people, y'all weren't dating each other.
No, you weren't. I was like, why are they sitting down? And I kind of, on one point, this might have been production, because to me, I'm like, this is kind of silly for you guys to have this conversation. Especially now, this is a conversation, if anything, you could have had 2 weeks ago or whatever, 3, whatever that, what do you call it? The Truth or Dare date was. You could have had it then. But now it's silly.
For me, it was him, like, out of this whole discussion, he left with Sabrina and what is his name? Demetrius, they're not as close as I thought they were. And I was like, that's what you got out of this? Like,
Mm-mm.
so is that why you wanted to talk to him? So it was.
So he was trying to get a feel, and I hear what you're saying. I just think that I'm still on the idea that his mindset has changed, because he even said after that Truth or Dare date, I stopped making
Right.
attempts. Like, and I said this 2 weeks ago. This man behind the scenes, even though they had a little date afterwards, he stopped making the effort that he was making before this. So I was like, this is a moot point. I don't even know why they sat down.
I felt like a little bad for him because it's like he was just floating around that house, like looking for the last, like looking for
Well,
something to grab on to. Like, Carmen, where are you sleeping?
I,
Where's everybody sleeping? Tori, don't nobody want you.
but I don't think he said it. He even said it though, and I think that's what I almost think this was a little bit of production, because he even said, what did he say? This is like all the cool kids have a room or something like that, or this is the Peanuts gang. No. What's he say?
I thought he said something about Duck Duck Goose or
That's the
something.
goose, and I'm the one without the chair. I said exactly. It's okay to go, just like what's. I'm
But
not
it
gonna say
is
Liz.
sad because this is episode 9. Like, you should
Mhm.
have a connection by now, and the fact that he was there, but there was other people floating around
So
too.
should Popo. That's exactly what I was about to say. This is episode 9. Popo should not be floating around eating his salad, looking at and Carmen looking at him in the mouth. So
Right.
please, yeah. I just think that was him, and the Joshua and the man with an eyebrows. You're right. Like, listen, Demetrius ain't nothing to be nervous about. Mm. It's nice. It's good.
Listen,
It's
I
nice.
like Donovan. Donovan is me because I feel like Donovan be so annoyed by. I just saw Monique's comment.
Thank you. Y'all better leave my aloof man alone. Listen. I be trying, Monique. I be trying, but still, I listen.
But so, like, I felt it last episode where Donovan was like annoyed. Like, I thought it was with Tina, but he's sitting here with Sabrina and he has that same annoyed look. Like, if you look at his body language here, and then we'll get to where him and Carmen meet up, it's like completely different body language. And it's for Sabrina, it's like the lack of ability to see herself. Like, how are you sitting here talking about, well, I'm just concerned because he just got divorced and I don't know. Girl, you got divorced
So
too.
did you? That's exactly.
What? Like, stop. And then she was sitting there like she was at a parent teacher conference.
It
So do
does.
you think that you are ready for a relationship? Yes. Okay. Well, what about and I was like, oh my gosh, like I think some women have that voice. I call it the customer service voice,
Yep.
but it can be very condescending, especially when you're trying to build a relationship. So, and especially when talking to a man, I think some women just don't understand how to talk to a man. Like, first of all, don't be asking him question back to back to back to back to back. Like, because then that's probably why he was sitting there like that. But I think he's done with her, and I think he's just like marking his strikes, like strike 1, strike 2. She at 2.5. She almost at 3. I think he's like almost done with her.
Oh, I definitely get the
Hi,
impression that he's.
Erica. Thank you for
Hi,
joining.
Erica. Thank you so much. I definitely think that he is almost done with her. You are absolutely right about this body language. His arm sitting there, and she's looking at him, and with her hands, and she's trying to describe. She's so nervous. I mean, she looks nervous. And I said this several weeks ago. Sabrina likes men that don't like her. She wants that. She needs.
Is she another Windsor child? Is she like choosing emotionally unavailable
That's
men?
what I was saying like a couple weeks ago, that she likes the emotionally unavailable men. That's why I said that about when she liked Demetrius. Donovan, I don't know. I don't necessarily know that he's not emotionally unavailable to her. Demetrius definitely, but to me, her in this asking him these questions rapid fire. You're right about the type of parent teacher type of discussion. It looked like he. I don't even think she meant to come off condescending, but it was all like, oh, so I got to prove to her that I'm ready, you know. And
Right.
so Donovan, he's the type that he's like, if I'm done, if I'm checked out, I'm checked
He's
out.
that
So,
type. I know
hmm
someone like him. I think that's why it was funny to watch him,
hmm
because men like him, they're very easily turned off. So it doesn't take
hmm
much to just completely turn them off. And I don't think Sabrina gets that she's like really close to the chopping block, because she got all the men lined up in her backyard for her milkshake. So I don't think she's paying attention. Like, I think it's just like it's going to her head, where she thinks, I got all these connections and I got all these men waiting for me. But she doesn't, like, I think it's like getting to her head a little bit, even with the whole freaking. Ooh, I'm getting so annoyed that they're giving, like, telling the castmates, okay, step up, Sabrina. Tell us what you got to say.
Yes.
Okay, gentlemen, step forward. I got an update for you. We have coincided that. I was like, what?
What? But
We
I
have.
said this a couple weeks ago that she was getting given that Kyra energy. Like because
Oh
she
my
saw that she
God.
had so many men looking at her milkshake, as you just said, that had me cracking up. Now she's feeling herself. Sabrina was excuse me, now I can't speak. Sabrina was spiteful because
He has other
he has other connections.
connections.
Oh Lord, why she get so now she's spiteful? A couple weeks ago, um she didn't like what's his name, Tori being spiteful. Now she was playing that Kyra role and like just loving the fact that she had all these connections, and now she's being in her head and kind of spiteful.
It's not Sabrina hate.
I
It's
don't think
just
it's Sabrina hate.
we get, like, we see her for what it is. She might be getting a bad edit, but I see it for what it is, for what she is. But Donovan just needs to live his best life as a single man. Why hop into a relationship 4 months after divorce? And Sabrina can't. Yes, exactly. I agree. 4 months. But here's the thing, because he said, what is his name? Donovan said, well, I've had girlfriends and it's been 4 months. So that made me think that within those 4 months, he's been in other relationships as well, which is kind of interesting. But I agree. I think he needs more than 4 months. But at the same time, that's his decision as a man. And like you said, Sabrina can't talk. I think that's my biggest thing. It's the messenger. Like, you can't talk when you just sat down with Tori. You just sat down with Tori and his friend talking about you don't want to rush into anything. You want to take things slow, but you're trying to sit here with Donovan and say, well, are you ready for a relationship? Are you sure? Girl, you not even ready. You just told Tori's friend you're not ready for a relationship. So why are we having the parent teacher conference with Donovan at the resort? At the resort. That's another thing. I feel like a lot of people take this time. Are you okay?
Yeah, I was gonna respond to Joshua real quick. So come to find out,
Okay.
the other Sabrina from last season, she was on another round last night, and he has
Oh,
been
Sabrina.
divorced for over. He has been for a year, over a year. So it is not 4 months. Even though we saw the live, it wasn't 4 months from last. Did he say September, October? It wasn't then. It was the year before. So I understand the discrepancy because I was like, what? And so I kind of agree with that. And that was going to be my question to everybody is after 4, do you think that that's long enough? Is 4 or 5 months from a divorce enough time for you to be just jumping right back into the saddle? And it has been over a year. So
Well,
do you
that's
think?
because he did make it sound like he's been in other relationships since
Yes.
the divorce.
He was in a
So,
relationship after the divorce. He was in a relationship for 4 months, not a
oh,
marriage. Not yeah, it wasn't
this
a
is confusing, child. I'm gonna have to
I
watch
know,
the
I know, no, no,
interviews
I
because I
agree.
don't know.
Because I was like, wait a minute, let me clarify something. Yes. So go ahead. I'm sorry. That was the main thing I need to
So
clarify.
let's get into Trey Mack because I think he understanding where we coming from. He said, I said this last night. Sabrina has rubbed me the wrong way since the beginning. I couldn't understand why. Now I see it. She's one of those ladies who say they want a good man, but chooses the bad. Interesting. Okay.
I will agree with you. Well, I don't want to agree with you totally, but that's what I was saying. Is she the type that likes emotionally unavailable men? Like she is into Demetrius, but she wants a man to say, I am interested. I want you. And
Well, because
Demetrius
if
likes
she
to play. He
really
likes to he likes to joke, and she's like, I don't like you though, or something like that. And she's like, that's not what I want to hear. I need to know that my efforts are being reciprocated. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I feel like she had the man that was all in, which was Tori,
Mm-hmm.
but she still wanted to pursue other connections, which is not wrong. But
No.
at the same time, if you're all in Donovan's face, like, are you ready for a relationship? Like, I understand I understand what Trey Mack's saying because you have the man that was all in for you, but you still went to Demetrius, who was sitting you on a rock, talking about I'm gonna put more effort, I'm gonna do more, and then he doesn't do more. So yeah, I get it.
I get it. Yeah. So Chris Nathan was there last night. Donovan has been divorced for over a year. I think he had dated someone for a few months prior to that
I think
moment.
that's what it was, but the way they worded it on the show, it did
Mhm.
not make no sense.
Yeah, I agree. Because I was like, I don't get it. Has it been 5 months or 4 months or what's the timeline? What did Jeremy say? Go ahead and read it. Go ahead.
So Jeremy said she wanted to make sure he wasn't playing the field. Meanwhile, she is dating half the cast. So
Playing the
it's a
field.
lot of kettles. It's a lot of kettles going on. So I don't
Okay,
understand that
so
either.
what other field could he be playing? Him and Carmen? That's the only field he's playing. And what if he is playing the field? So Sabrina said the reason why she doesn't like Tori because she said when met with the competition, Tori fell
Mhm.
short. And I agree with that. In this competition space, so if you sign up for a show like this and you think, okay, there's a chance to meet a good woman or whatever, and she said, and met with the competition, some people, Tori realized he's a one woman man. He's not that type to just be dating all kinds of people.
Mhm.
But he didn't realize it until after he got on the show. I'm not upset with Tori on that. I'm just not. But yeah, and so now she can't get upset with Donovan or Demetrius or whatever. And so now that she put her eggs in the Demetrius Donovan basket, now she don't like the way they're moving.
Right.
Come on, go ahead. What did Trey Mack say? I didn't see it.
He just mentioned the editing. Like they
Okay.
edited the scene. That's why everybody thinks it's been 4 months since he got divorced.
Hmm. Wait. I'm nervous. What did people made it seem like I was hating on Sabrina? Sis is a chicken.
Ball, chicken, ball, chicken.
Y'all don't get me to dancing up in here. All right, okay. Who's next?
Okay.
We only have slide number 4. This is so funny. You go.
So Tina is missing. So Tina did not show up. Donovan is calling her, like, props to Donovan, because the way he like be looking annoyed with Sabrina, I really didn't think he would like be putting up with Tina's foolery. But she said she was having car trouble, and I'm like, that's not really a valid excuse in 2022. You got Uber, Lyft, so many different car service, cabs. Like, that's not really a valid excuse of why you're not somewhere. Is it her child? Is she just not interested anymore? We don't know. But Tina was not there.
Paul's face while Carmen was talking to him was so funny to me. I was like, "Girl, get this man don't want you. This man don't want you. He's not interested."
But
And
what
Carmen
happened?
finally, I get. I know he's like, "Well, Tina's not here." There's to some point, however Carmen has been moving, Paul must have peeped it because Paul has been somebody that like he'll like somebody, whoever likes him. Paul's been like, listen, I'm gonna get up in these women's faces. I'm gonna make sure that I'm here and they know I'm here. Carmen, it was not it for him this whole show, and she was she was pretty much I don't want to say an easy in, but as far as cozying up to her and making sure that they had a connection, she was putting it out there. Yes, Tina was locked in the attic, y'all. Tina was locked in the attic, so she says. So Paul was like just sitting there eating his salad and he just was not interested. So I do wonder, I feel like it was the way Carmen's been moving and he just probably had seen something he didn't like or heard something he didn't like because she was definitely putting her bid in. So that's it. I just Carmen, whenever I see Carmen, I just think about her eating that pickle. So, okay, so like you just said, what happened? Because what was it, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, she
She
was
was
eating that
eating his
pickle.
pickle, right?
And now he just looked like, I want this girl to get out of my face so I can finish my salad. That Caesar salad was not that bomb for you to be just like,
Listen, salad is not that. I can't stand salad. Oh my
I can't
goodness. It
either.
is
I
like
wish
a
I
struggle
could.
for me to eat a salad.
I wish
So
I
I
could.
know
I
that
would not
salad
be.
was not, it was dry. It was not that good. It didn't look like it had anything added to it. It just looked like lettuce, like
But you
hard
see,
lettuce. And I was like,
if he was doing all that for a hard Caesar salad, because it was just a Caesar salad, it wasn't even that big of a deal. He was more interested in that Caesar salad than he was in whatever Carmen was saying. That says a lot to me.
but
But,
I heard that it was possibly the date. Was it the date with the ex
the
or
pickle
was it
date?
the date
What
with
date?
Chill
The pickle
Bill? Which
date?
one was the last one? I don't know. But I just
Oh,
I
with Slim, with Good Slim or whatever the guy was from
Chill
Compton.
Bill.
Chill Bill
But
from Compton. Good
I
Slim.
felt like I never really know what Paul I'm gonna get each episode because it's like each episode he goes from Paul to PO, Paul to PO, Paul to PO. And so it's a little too, I couldn't deal with it. And I don't even think it's Carmen's fault. I don't know what could have happened if he's just insecure, but I was just like, I wasn't here for it.
First of all, Jeremy, I'm done with you. um, uh, what's the day? Thank you, Chindy, for helping us out with that one.
He'll
Um,
stand in the corner.
um, uh, but you're right. Now she's eating the lettuce. Now she's just going. She's just now. I can't. It might have been something that had to do with the Chill Bill date. I just feel like the way she was moving, he must have seen something or heard something or said something. I think there's more to it because she was eating the pickle and then the Chill Bill date. It was a lot.
I can't.
Mm-mm,
Hi,
mm-mm.
Ellen. Thank you for coming in.
Yes. Hey, Ellen, and hey, Harlem.
Yes, hi, Harlem.
Okay. Yeah, this look on Paul's face, because this isn't not normally Paul's reaction to, a woman like putting her interest in him. He does not react.
She rubbed the man's waxed head and
His
he did not
forehead or
budge.
his bald head, everything. She was putting her bid in, and Paul was not interested. So this, I feel like this is Paul. Po is somebody different. I'm telling you, there's something else going on here.
Well, Joshua said Paul is starting to realize that Carmen isn't it. He sat there eating that dry salad while Carmen was running his bald head.
And running her
POJ
mouth.
should have just smashed and got it over with.
Right.
That's so. Is he Paul this week? Is that why he don't like Carmen this week?
That's
so
what I'm
next
saying.
week he'll be back to PO, and then he'll be liking Carmen. It's too much.
That's what I'm saying. And so, but you saw how he put his bid in with the kid, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But you're right. She had nestled up under him, and she got her arm behind his back probably, and he's just steady eating that dry salad. That's not usually like him. He be putting his saying his little mottos and stuff like that.
Hello, Simone. But I like them together. I like Donovan. Listen, when she was like, "You have a tough choice to make," and he was like, "You really think so?" She was like, "No." That was like, she's funny. Like
she can be funny. I do like her faux
I do times, but she's funny. I think I like her.
I liked her here. I like her faux fur. I like this whole outfit. This was cute. I like that. I guess I don't mind them together. I don't
know if it's enough for them to choose each other in the end. Like they have a cute chemistry, a cute like conversation, but I don't think it's enough for them to choose each other in the finale.
Mimi, you said he has a good personality, allegedly. You think he's given schizophrenic energy? Who? P.O.? I think that he puts on, what do they call his representative? He puts on his representative a lot. Hey, Candace. Paul's friend told him Carmen is for P.O. That's right. If you want to just have fun.
Now he's acting funny towards Carmen. It's weird.
Serious. So that's now I think Trey Mack may be onto something, because he's trying to pull that Paul, that serious person, and you can't get it past. You're not going to put it past me. I did like her and him here. I thought that was cute. I just don't see them together, but I think they might be. I don't know. I see her, but I also see her up in every club. So I don't know. Sabrina, I like her a lot, but I gave Sabrina a lot of space. This whole thing right here.
I personally, and this goes back to the liking emotionally unavailable men.
Yes.
I don't really understand why she is so like straightforward and so like parent teacher conference with Donovan and with Tori. But then with Demetrius, it's like laughs and giggles. And then she goes in the confessional. Demetrius isn't putting enough effort in, and he needs to pick it up. He needs to let me know that he is interested in me. I'm like, why aren't you saying that to him? And it's weird. Like, I don't understand that part, but it's like, again, maybe she knows with emotionally available men, if you put those, what do you call them? If you put your foot down with them, they're more likely to be like, whatever. I'm not. So I don't know if it's that or what it is, but I don't get why she's not verbal. Like, at least we're not seeing it where she's verbalizing that to him.
I agree. One thing I do have to say is shout out to the beard oil that Demetrius was wearing in the first scene with
beard oil.
That beard was shining in his scene with Tori. I don't know why.
You sure it wasn't sweat?
It was shining. It was glistening in that scene with him and Tori. And I'm like, I feel like he almost put more effort into that conversation than he does with her
Definitely.
in their
He was saying
interactions with
full
him, with her.
sentence. He said about 2 or 3 complete sentences. So
Yeah. He
I
just
think
doesn't
so.
he just doesn't care. And then but I think she likes the chaos. She likes to be stressed out. Look at her. Like he doesn't
Yes.
put in a lot of effort. No, he does. And he hasn't, sweetheart. He has not put in a lot of effort this whole time. But you the one that was kissing on him and messed up the one that was really interested in you. So just be happy in your pissed off world. Be happy with your decisions at this point. Like
Right.
kettles everywhere. Just like Misha says, just kettles everywhere. What did Paul look like? I can't. That is so funny, actually, Jeremy. Yeah, I'm not feeling the a Dem and Sab connection. Dem gives nothing. I mean nothing. He gives her nothing, and she already just look annoyed. Y'all, I really hope you can't hear this dog, but the dog apparently wants to be here with you guys. Um, what did J Dub? Hey, it's J Dub. Demetrius wants you to fight for his love, but she's already fought for his love. If you really think about it, especially in this show, she has fought for his love, and he's still not putting in that effort. And what did she say? I'm gonna say it again. When met with the competition, Tori fell short. So if
Tori,
Demetrius,
step forward to me. I'm like, if y'all don't start, y'all need to start handing out clocks, pictures, or something, because it's
something,
giving very much Flavor of Love,
yes,
America's Next Top Model, and it's annoying. Like, Tommy,
exactly.
you do it now. Don't have them do it no more.
Really? So J Dub Paul Pio looks younger in person. Thank you.
Oh,
Well, I was like, I said, Misha, do you hear her? And she's like, no, I can't really hear her. Oh yeah, I do hear her
that's
now.
what we just said, J Dub. She doesn't like people who like her.
Yep.
That's what we were saying. Yep. That's it right there. But like I was saying about Donovan is on his last string with this girl Sabrina. He is watching her, like Donovan is watching her, like looking for something. Like I feel like he is looking for that last strike so that he can say, Sabrina, you're out. Okay, Sabrina, I'm done. But that's my opinion on. He does look certain scenes he looks different, like when him and Dakia went down to the pier. I think it's the way he dresses. When he dresses a certain way, he looks younger on the show. Tommy ain't that tired. Listen, when Ace went home and he didn't know about it, he said, y'all need to let me know. So now he was like, y'all, I'm gonna call Tina. I'll call Tina. I'll see what's going on. I'll like Tommy ain't tired enough. He like being in the mix. He likes sitting down with these people. Celery said, I think Donovan wants to have more fun than Sabrina does. I think Sabrina, sometimes it comes off like Sabrina might have like a warped sense of what love is. Like love is not control and like all that stuff. And I feel like a big part of her wants that control. And I think I'm just leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. But that's what I sense with her. Donovan, I think he wants to have fun, but I think I also see a serious side to him where I don't think he's gonna waste somebody's time. Like he seems like very straightforward. If like he doesn't like something, he will let you know.
I agree with that. Donovan just seems like he's not here to play like oh well, let me keep him guessing. Let me keep him guessing. He's like, once I'm interested in
Is
all
this
of the
really
other stuff
live?
is gone. I'm just
We are
gonna
live and in the flesh.
stay
Yes,
there.
we are
I'm just
live.
gonna do that
Thank you
one
for
person.
joining us.
Thank you so much, Dee, for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. I knew it, and thank you, Monique. I knew I was like, I think this dog is killing me. Okay, so yeah, so this they were all looking across at the cow and the farmer. They all three of these
No,
ladies were
no, Donovan was staring at Sabrina. He was looking at Sabrina and
oh wait.
Demetrius on that couch.
That's right. That's right. That's right. This wasn't that part because I felt like they got a whole view of them looking across at the at the joy and Clifton of it all. But you're right. This is when they were looking at them at the on the couch.
Hey, high five.
Hold on one
Thank you
second.
for coming in.
Okay, Tori, Sabrina was my number one in this connection process in this process. So
Child.
I actually like these beanbags though. I thought the beanbags were cute. I thought those were. I would rather sleep in that beanbag instead of in that bunk bed. But I just thought this conversation was another moot point. I was like, why are you even having this conversation? This must be.
I felt the same. Mm-hmm.
I said, did production ask you to have this conversation with her? Because I just didn't understand why even have this. Like, did production, like they out like to say, oh, we need a storyline. I was like, this is a moot point. Like, we know Tori, maybe they're trying to set us up for why Tori's going home, but you don't have to do that. The audience is pretty smart. We get it.
He must be one of those production favorites because he got the Demetrius sit down. Now he's getting the sit down with Sabrina. And I'm like, I understand communication is important, but sometimes you just got to put the puzzle pieces together and say the puzzle is done and put it up. Like, not everything needs to have closure in this whole sit down, because he said himself, I know I shot myself in the foot and it's like,
he said that last week though with Liz. I keep calling, oh my gosh, y'all. I keep calling this girl Liz, and she's nothing like Liz. He said that last week with Ace. My issue was that I put all my eggs in this one basket, and then when that didn't pan out, now I didn't have any other connections. That's the answer right there. That's what happened. Everybody saw the way you and Sabrina looked at each other. It didn't work. That's it. Tori needed closure. He needs to go home. I don't know why they keep doing this. It's a moot point. We get it. Yeah, those beanbags look hella comfy, Callie.
Lord.
Send him home to Monique. She'll
right. Monique is ready, child. She is ready for Mr. Tori.
And I don't blame you, Monique. I like me some Tori too, but this was not the place for him.
Oh my goodness. Trey back. He's hilarious.
Yeah. Go ahead, read Joshua's.
Tori should have picked his bags and left the trip. Sabrina practically friend-zoned him. But she been friend-zoned him. He should have known he was friend-zoned on that date with the ex when she was sitting there cutting that steak looking at him like, don't say nothing else. She was giving him that look. Yep. So it's been over. So
yeah, it's been over. And apparently Trey Mack knows the signs. So you might need to teach a class with Tori in it, with Tori and with some other people in it. Donovan gives you toxic vibes, Deborah? Huh?
Donovan, really?
Production knew Tina. Hold on, wait. Production knew Tina was freaking out, so they got Tori to stay. Maybe. Oh, not necessarily. Sorry. Oh. The cow and the farmer is so funny.
It just all seems planned. The onesie, the coming out dancing and screaming, it all looked planned. And I understood Dakia's face. Because I wouldn't want to see that either. Like, realistically, if you have a connection with somebody, you don't want to see them interacting with someone else. So it was, I think for Dakia, it was just apparent, like, you really planned all this out with this girl. Just choose her already.
Just choose her. But I agree that I think he had already chose her. Well, at least Joy had definitely already chose Clifton. That was done. And they didn't even play it off well enough, because if it was supposed to be a pajama party like last season, they said we were all supposed to be having a pajama party. They're the only ones in costumes. They're the only ones that brought the little cute costume. Everybody else is in their sweatpants and stuff. So come on.
So Deborah was talking about the scene where he's like watching Sabrina and Demetrius on the couch. He said it comes off toxic, but I think he was looking for, that was him. I think he was looking for his way out. Like, it looked like he was trying to find strike 3 so he could be done with Sabrina. I feel like he was trying to catch Sabrina slipping so that he could exit left. I don't know. That's what it looked like to me.
He's been trying to catch her slipping for a while because Tina's not there. I think he was still trying to find out if Tina and him had any type of connection. And she's sitting there talking to Dimitri. So he's trying to see if I'm even going to put in the effort with Bree, with Sab. And I don't think he is. Especially, and then earlier, what she asked him 51 questions.
This
is actually she actually looks pretty, but still, like, ooh, she looks annoyed. She's like,
she's disgusted. That's the look of disgust.
Yeah, that's the look of disgust when it just hits you. Like something just hit her like a ton of bricks. Like last week, this man was rubbing on my knee, and now they're in matching onesies. Really? So yeah, if looks could kill, high fives. If looks could kill.
It was hilarious. I understood it though. I have been there though, so I understood her facial expression and everything.
Get this picture off the screen now. This is so funny. Okay, okay, this is the morning after. This is the morning after.
And look, Joy is fresh face, skin glowing.
No makeup on.
She is looking like I don't have to put no makeup on no more.
I got what I came for.
I've been chosen. I've been found, you know? And then she's like, okay, well, it's time for you to go to Dakia and tell Dakia that you rolling with me. And he said, well, why? Is it hindering our connection? And she's like, well, no. And she made a good point. Like, I should be a definite yes. And so Clifton still is hesitant about choosing Joy. And it's like,
no, he's pulling a Phil. It's not that he's hesitant about choosing Joy. He's hesitant about he's hesitant about talking to Dakia.
He doesn't want to hurt her feelings.
Right.
Or he don't want to catch a case. Because
what do we always say?
Eric.
Be honest.
Let me stop. But because I was watching Eric's interview with Kamisha Reviews today, and he felt like because he told Dakia that she was number 2 now, that she was so offended by whatever happened. So maybe that's, I don't know, but it looks like I think he is afraid of telling Dakia because he knows the things that he said to Dakia that no one else knows. He knows those phone conversations, those text messages. Now he's going to have to take some accountability and say, yes, I said this and that to you, but I'm going with Joy. And he cannot say I'm going to with Joy to Dakia because he's kind of puffed up Dakia and made her think that there was a chance there when there never really was to begin with.
He was rubbing on her leg. I'm telling y'all, sexual innuendo is not relationship conversation. It's two different things. Yes, yes.
Listen,
yes.
she did something.
She was so refreshed. She said, I don't need no makeup. I came
You
here.
heard what Clifton say. It felt like Christmas. I said, what? I was waking up.
He put on her sweater. He put on her church sweater.
Like Christmas, Clifton. Explain.
Explain. He put on her Christmas sweater. He went outside. He started yelling like he was look.
Child, I ain't never got no sleep like that. I don't know.
Yes, listen. So that's what I'm saying, Chris Natha. That's why you shouldn't lead with sexual innuendos. It doesn't guarantee you being number one. It doesn't. And you've said it this whole time, Misha, that Dakia has been everybody's number two. She's been everybody's number two. And yeah, Clifton, it's not that he's afraid of telling Joy that she's number one. He's just afraid of telling Dakia you're number two. That he doesn't want to actually say it when he's rubbing on her leg the night before. That's it. Yeah, Santa Claus had come to town.
Because if he told Dakia, we're gonna have our cuddling time on the couch and by the fire, how is he gonna turn around the next day and tell her, I'm going with Joy, or I'm gonna focus on Joy now? It doesn't add up. Like, there's no, what do you call it? I don't want to call it paper trail, but there's it doesn't make sense. Like, Dakia's gonna have questions.
There's nothing to say that
there was no warning for Dakia. So I think that's why he's ultimately gonna have to feel bad. But hey, you said what you said, so now
She pulled out her tricks. I don't think that she pulled out any tricks. I think that she was who Joy has been this whole time. She's been fun. She's been like, hey, what's up? Like, and so she's been that. Right. I do think that Joy has been who she says she's going to be this whole time. But I also think she was like, okay. She walked in. She said, where's your room? And he said, oh, my room's back there. Let me put my bag right here. You don't even have to say it. When you know you want something, she let him know, I want this. He planned to cuddle with Dakia while Joy was sleeping. There you go, Monique, right there.
Joy was up all night, so he ain't had no time to.
Joy's gonna be paying attention.
I don't know what's
That's what happens when both of us start managing. All right.
He needs her to stay in the game so she will keep him there. That's why he won't tell her. But again, Dakia is a production favorite. So what happens if she starts going in the deliberation saying, Clifton hurt my feelings. Clifton didn't cuddle with me on the couch. What happens then? I don't know.
Right. So it was like the decision was consciously made to stay together. Yeah.
It was made by somebody.
It was probably made by Joy, but hey, so if you knew that, she's been in her feelings. Okay, so and I don't think we got a picture of this. They had a conversation, Dakia and Clifton, before the onesies, like earlier, right?
Right, when they first got there. And she had her stomach out. Oh, the stomach. Move on. Let's move on. I'm not going to talk about it. Let's move on.
Oh, Lord, y'all. So okay, during that conversation, she is saying he could have said something then, but he didn't. I think that he could have said, listen, I like you a lot, but
I
Joy
think
and I,
he might have been nervous because it's like they were talking about water and air and trees, like they weren't even talking about nothing. So I think maybe then he was trying to like muster up the courage, and he just couldn't do it yet. I don't know.
that's what I'm saying. He's not that he doesn't want to tell Joy she's the number one. He just doesn't want to tell Dakia she's number
Right.
two.
So
Clifton
High
is still
Five said if
undecided.
Joy put out all the stops, it didn't work because that conversation, Clifton was still undecided. That's right. He was still undecided. So it must.
You think he was still undecided until the night, until they slept together, or until they shared the bed?
He was undecided after that because the conversation was after they spent that night together.
No, the conversation with Dakia and Clifton.
No, we're talking about the conversation with Joy and Clifton.
Oh yeah,
out
yeah.
on the river.
Okay. I'm still talking about the conversation with Dakia and Clifton. He could have said something to Dakia.
He could have been said something. He could have said something to her when episodes ago when she asked him, "Is there still a possibility for us to make a connection?" And he said, "Yeah, look, like." But I think what I like always said, he wanted to test drive Dakia. So he's just keeping her around until the test drive happens, and then he's gonna go with Joy. So
okay, I actually want to go to what Jeremy and Kells just said because I agree with this. I don't know. Everybody is saying that Dakia is production's favorite. I don't know that that's true. Yeah, Kells asked the same question. What has happened to make people think that she is production's favorite? If anyone has a favorite, I thought it would be Joy. She managed to stay despite completely locking in on Clifton. Now, I disagree with. I hear that what you're saying about she's locked in on Clifton. I definitely have seen that they've had a connection this whole time, but they played the game. They really did date other people. They did the whole thing. They didn't pull a Camille and what's his name? Budite. What's his name? I don't know his name. But they weren't locked in and not working with the other couples as well, working the game. So, but Dakia being production's favorite, why do people say that she's production's favorite, Misha? You don't know either.
Know her confessionals. Like, I think she's very gimmicky. Like, I think she goes along with what production wants. The whole, if you think about from the beginning when she walked into Wiley, are you such and such grandson? That was not her. That was, where'd that come from?
Okay.
There's a lot of things where she's inserted herself where it's like production asked her to do that. But I think even with the whole Eric situation, I think she was kind of sort of catered to in that sense, and it wasn't a bad thing. But I do see her as a favorite.
Huh.
Because why is she there? Why is she still there if she's everyone's number two?
But I also could say the same thing about, and I said this earlier, I could say the same thing about P.O. Why is he still there?
He's a production favorite too.
No, I was going to say he would have to be production's favorite. And I don't even see why why they would possibly think of him as the favorite. But he stuck in after having all of these, my name is Popo, and just all of these things. But I think if they want something for a clip for a commercial and stuff like that, he has given it all to them. The pickle and the little, my name is P.O. because I did all these little things. I could see it. Clifton and Joy are playing so they both stay together. That's why he acts undecided. So I'll agree with Chloe on this. He's been decided this whole time, but he needs to act that way so people will think that he's not, that
And
he is
Monique is
still up
basically
there.
saying that on the live,
Mm-hmm.
Clifton's saying that the clip was edited to make him look like he's undecided, but he never said that, or I don't know. I didn't see the live, but hey.
I don't know about it being Tommy's plan. I don't think that Tommy has that much pull in production. Like he does and he doesn't. I think that him being the original host, he has a say, but they can edit how they want it to. I really think it's Tommy's plan. Clifton has to pretend he's still wondering, even though he chose Joy a long time ago. I will agree with that.
Yeah, I get that, because I
Mhm.
think even with Joy was very much like, she was like put herself on a platter for all
Mhm.
the men. Like, here I am, come date me. So I think, so even when some of those men, I forgot what episode what it was, when they came back talking about, well, Joy, she's locked in on Clifton. I'm like, what? She gave everyone a chance.
Right. And there I'm sure were dates that nobody even seen, because I know for a fact we all know that they go on dates that we don't even see. Wait, what is Chloe saying? Paul is still there because all of the other men were trash, aka Laverne. But all the other men? I guess so.
I don't, but Paul wouldn't be there if he didn't do the whole PO stunt. I don't
If
think
he
he
didn't
would
do the
still.
PO stunt, the
I
pickle,
think the
like,
PO stunt kept him a lot longer.
he's giving them what they're asking for, but there are a lot of guys there that have just not giving them a show. They still need a show to produce. So that is a point. Paul he's the one that's like kind of pushing the story along. Okay, sorry, y'all. I started reading the comments. Hold on. What did you think of this one? This conversation?
I think they're acting like Tori. They're floating around. Like, they have no main top connection. So they just floating around like, who can I latch on to? So, and then it's like, I felt like they were mad about Clifton and Joy's onesie. So they had to put their black pleather on and go out by the water. And I was like, okay.
I agree.
And then he was love, I don't want to say love bombing, but he was just filling her up with this, you are a strong and powerful Black woman, that is who you are independent, you are. And I was like, is this an affirmation speak? Like, what is going on here? I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I think they're just each other's last resort for staying on the show. So
I agree. I thought this was very awkward. And then her tearing up. Was she feeling just so sad after seeing Clifton and Joy together that she needed those words of affirmation just lifted
it's
her up?
probably that salt water. That salt water maybe.
It's just like, you just telling me everything I just needed to hear. I was like, Lord, this man, he said, I think you are a strong Black woman, and anybody that would ever underestimate you is crazy, and all this other stuff. I said,
But
you just
he
got
estimated her though. He underestimated her because
that,
he didn't go on his first
he
date
didn't
with
give her
her
till
till
now.
episode 8.
Right.
So
Right. So I was like, honestly, I felt all of the one-on-one little conversations were weird to me. Just they were a moot point. Like, this was right up there with the Tori and Dimitri conversation. I was like, why are y'all doing this? What is this? She just wants some attention. She just needed some attention. She's not getting attention from who she wanted to have the attention from. So yeah.
What did they say on the Nutty Professor though? What is it, Professor Clump? I don't know if y'all seen that movie. When he's like, if you can't be with the one you love, go on with the one you with. That's what it was giving.
Go
If
get
you
the one you
can't,
with. Paul did not want Carmen. He was sitting there with that dry salad instead of talking to Carmen. So he was like, "Where's Takia at? I'm gonna have a conversation with Takia." So like,
that's what it's giving. If you can't go with number 1, go with number 4. That's what it was.
Exactly. Exactly. I was like, what are y'all doing? Stop it. Stop it. Yeah. Just making me tear up. You're just telling me everything I need to hear. Oh gosh. And now y'all having a conversation? Now? Really?
Episode 9.
Unfortunately, the ladies have concluded. Yep. Yep. But they knew. But
Please stop having these castmates do the elimination.
yeah,
It's
I
just
agree with
it's
this.
annoying to me. It's very
Why?
annoying.
Yeah, and it was y'all did this on purpose last time when you had Demetrius do it, and now to have um what's her name, Sabrina, do it. Sabrina has had dates with both of these guys. She did this on purpose. Paul knew that he was going to go home. Paul said, unless I start to have some conversation with some of these ladies, I'm going home. Tori knew. That's why he's like, okay, just let me go home and see my daughter, which I agree with him. His daughter's beautiful, and I saw them on a live, and I was like, listen, it's okay. This is not the place for you. Go home. And that's it. What is High Vibe saying?
She said Dakia treated this process like a 9 to 5. Her sensuality or femininity, child, did I say it right? Were these awkward innuendos. Nobody was really feeling her. And that's what I said before. Like, she didn't lead with her personality or anything. I think she thought the innuendos could carry her, but they didn't.
They didn't. And she doesn't understand that they're not going to carry her like that. So, yeah.
But I think this is all just another plot or whatever to keep us interested. But I have a feeling they're probably not going to send nobody home, or Tori's going home. I don't know.
I think it's Tori. I think Tori's going home. That's what I think. I actually want to pin. I actually pinned. I think it was Jeremy's comment earlier. Y'all now, I get mouse control issues. Because we're going into. So you guys know how we did last week. We're going into. I was about to say run the world. We're going into put a ring on it in a second. But what Jeremy said, Eric was lying through the whole interview. You came in a little late. He can't be trusted. He acting like he had actual connections. Carmen didn't want that man. Okay, so what did you think of the interview this morning?
I rewatched it. I did come in late, but I did come
in late, but I did see the portion of the shenanigans.
It didn't really change my opinion. Like, Kamisha did great. Mm-hmm. Kamisha asked all the right questions, and she let him get his side of the story out.
Right.
But it didn't really change the opinion I already had. Like, yes, he shouldn't have made her feel uncomfortable, but I don't feel like it was ever his intention to do that. Mm-hmm. I think he thought, like we've all said on the show, she leads with the sexual innuendos. He said in the interview he saw another man touching on her and she was okay with it. And then we saw when Clifton was rubbing all up and down her leg in front of the ex. So, and again, she's entitled to who can or who can't touch her. That's not an issue. But when you turn it into he's so aggressive and I don't want to be around him and I'm a lady and when you take it to that extent, I think that was my whole issue with it. I felt like that was like a little unnecessary. Like, yes, he was wrong, but I don't think his intentions were bad. Right. I think he really thought it was just a joke and that they had it like that, but obviously they didn't. So again, and even I think yes, he should have apologized. I get it. I get why he can continue on the show. So like, I get that, but I felt go ahead.
So two things. I hear what Chloe is saying, that I had a problem with him saying he didn't do it and now saying he did do it. So I agree with Chloe on the fact that if you did it, then why'd you lie about it? So if he said he did it, but No, he said he didn't touch her. Then he found out from
He
another
said he made a
castmate.
gesture, but
He
the
didn't think it was
text
an actual
messages
touch
that
before the touch.
Kamisha got, he was
Mhm.
going back and forth with Takia saying, I didn't touch you. And
Right.
she's saying, yes, you did.
And he heard
So
from
that
another
is a
castmate saying
problem.
that, yes,
That's a
no, you
problem.
did touch her breast. And he said, I didn't realize that I touched her breast, but it wasn't. But then he apologized. I hear what you're saying, and so Jeremy, he did. So when they did the women's deliberation, she said it was uh, inappropriate, or he touched me inappropriately, or he said something that was a little too leading. And he's like, I have daughters. Like, you're going too far now. I apologized, and why didn't we just leave it there? And I hear his point that it sounded like she was really wanting more out of it. Like, when it first happened, he apologized. She said, "Don't do that," and he stopped. Right, but then she texted him saying, I guess she wanted to talk to him about it. And we talked about this last week or week before, that she wanted to talk to him about it. So he said he's going to be at the bridge. Then, but in the meantime, he's hearing from other castmates. She said you touched her inappropriate. Da, 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 da. Production said they need a story. So at the women's lounge or deliberation, turns out that she says the word, it wasn't aggressive, but she said a word that sounded like it was much more intentional and much more aggressive than they first discussed. And why didn't she talk to me about it instead of putting it on camera? Production said they needed a storyline. To me, I do think that she was, if you've been touched, it's not appropriate. I agree with her. I agree with everybody on that. He shouldn't have done it, right? But I do think it sounded like he apologized. And
Eventually, that's
he
the issue.
apologized.
I don't think it
Did he
was an
apologize
initial
eventually, or
apology.
did he I thought he apologized right then and there, and then they wanted to talk to her about it, and then he was going to apologize again. And she wanted to keep it going and going and going. And now when you put this um at the deliberation, when he said that she was aggressive, or she used a word that he got mad, and he called her a name. That's when he called her a gerbil and all of these other stuff.
That's a gerbil.
So to
But
me, I think he was like, man, now she's blowing this out of proportion. In my type of career, I can't have this on my record. I need to,
I think his behavior would is made her blow it out of blow it out of
his
proportion.
behavior of
If
not
you're
taking ownership.
if she's texting you saying you did this and you're saying no, I didn't, that's gonna egg her to keep defending herself and saying no, this did happen, versus just saying, you know what, I apologize, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. And I just think that that's
I don't
not
think he meant any
cool.
harm by it, though. I agree with Chloe on this. He did not mean to do it. It
No,
wasn't
he didn't mean
malicious.
any harm by it. But when a woman is coming to you saying, you touched me, you're saying, no, I did not. And that's what was released. And that was like the whole screenshot of the messages between him and her. That's what he was saying to her, that he was denying doing that. Like, he kept saying, I just gestured. I didn't actually touch your breast. I just gestured like I was going to. So I think that's what initially made her keep going and saying, yes, you did. And maybe even telling other people. And I just don't think that's right, because I know what it's like to be in that position where you feel uncomfortable, you feel disrespected, and it takes a lot of courage to come to someone and say, you did this to me, it made me feel that way. And when someone's saying, no, no, I didn't, it's I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
So this is what happened. So this is what I think, from what I'm hearing from what he said, and from the interview, it sounded like that it doesn't matter if she didn't bring it to production. she doesn't have to bring it to production. If production heard about something inappropriate, they have to move on it. They have to act. They have to act on it. Whether it's him going off the show, they have to do something to
Mm-hmm.
preserve. Now, they could have done something off of camera. They did not need to. What I don't like is him saying, and they probably did say this to him. We need a storyline. So, and Jeremy said, well, they didn't drag him, or she didn't drag him. She didn't drag him, but when she said that aggressive word, or she said a word that gave him the impression that, oh wait, she's saying that I'm this predator or something like that, and that made him, move inappropriate and call her all kinds of stuff. I hear that it's an EEOC issue, an HR and EEOC issue, because after you say that, no matter what, it could be that it didn't have to be on camera, but production, they have to do something about it. They have to, because if it got out that they didn't do something, then it would look bad on them, on all of these people, on the Will Packer of it all. So they have to do something about it, even if it didn't happen on camera. So yeah, so they had to do something, even if she didn't report it, but they heard about it. They had to do something. So it's an EEOC issue. It is an HR issue. They had to do something, but her saying that word, it sounded like dragging to him. So he went off on social media. So to me, I don't think it was malicious. I don't think that he meant to touch her inappropriately. She probably does have we've seen her do all of these little sexual innuendos and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't think that she needed to say it was inappropriate or it was aggressive, something, whatever she said at the deliberation. And now we don't have the clip. But when she did that, it made him feel some type of way. And he then moves inappropriately, but by calling her names and everything else. So I just think,
Yeah.
What did James? I think oftentimes men don't mean any harm or try to do it maliciously. That doesn't negate her feelings of being violated and embarrassed. She gave him an opportunity. She gave him an opportunity to talk about it. He was running because, and honestly, I think he was in his feelings because he was hearing it from other people. He said he apologized the one time, but then him feeling like he has to apologize.
He probably wasn't listening to her too, because I think he was just going off what everybody is running back and telling him. So when she contacted him, he probably wasn't even hearing her side of it, and he was just going off of what everyone else was saying. But the gerbil, it was very zesty.
It was very zesty, spicy. I would have said spicy. Oh, you acting kind of spicy.
Very zesty.
Okay, so y'all, now it's time for us to go into the ring of things. The ring
We've passed the 1 hour mark, so make sure y'all hit the like button. Please make sure y'all are subscribed, and let's get into this Put a Ring on It episode.
Please subscribe. Please hit that like button. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We have 52 people in here. Please hit that like button. So yes, we're here with Dr. Ponytail in her pretty orange and pretty gold earrings. So that's so that they don't lose for you to win. Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm just talking. I'm just talking up a storm. Sorry, I'm just describing Dr. Ponytail and her gold earrings and her orange dress, which I do like her earrings. So yeah, what did you think of the scene?
I loved that statement, like, you don't want to lose so that he could win. And I don't think Shay's bye, Chloe. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you, Chloe. Check your DMs, Chloe. I sent you something for tomorrow. Let me know if you're available. So go ahead.
Like 2 L's, which is but Dr. Nicole, she got her hair done, and she got looked like she got a little side part leave out installed, and I was like, who is that? I didn't even recognize her with their hair down because I was so used to the ponytail. But sis is doing it
She
anyway.
was doing it. I actually didn't recognize her on the
I was like, who is this on
line.
my
I was like,
timeline? I know I
wait a
didn't follow them. It was Dr. Nicole.
minute. It was Nicole. Okay, so yeah, I like the statement, but there's a statement that she said. It's almost like, you know how she talks, and she was saying, listen, this woman is about to leave you, or she said, so you will do it without them, or something like that. She will be in a relationship with yourself. She said it, and she was saying it to what's his name, to the big boy. Oh gosh,
You say to the big boy, Alonzo.
Alonzo. Yeah, no, keep calling him Rick Ross. Okay, go ahead. What do you think of these two?
But I was just saying, I don't think Shay realizes. I don't think she understands like this whole 3.5 years you've let this man disrespect you. Like, you're losing in this. There's nothing to win. Like, if you think having the red bottoms, the veneers, the lace front in a townhome is winning, you're really losing just so he can be happy, I guess. But it's just I want her to like really really see this for what it is, but hopefully she will.
This is the preamble to abuse, and this shows me when women don't see the signs. You know what I'm saying? The
Mhm.
little things, and then you say 4 years from now, all of a sudden he just hit me, and it came out of nowhere. No, it didn't. It absolutely did not come out of
Right.
nowhere. So, and that might have been too much. That might have been rude. But at the same time, I just feel like anytime this man, how many times have you sat there drinking and watching him drink his wine, and you eating leftovers? And I just think you just too easily just slid right into, I'm just gonna have leftovers, fine, he's not gonna. And it's one thing he said a lot of things, but she just emphasized the you take a shower. No, that was bad. But throwing the flowers out, that was nothing. But that was nothing. But that wasn't as big as the take a shower, um, the him eating in front of you, not wanting you to eat. It was just everything he was saying was bad. And I just don't like how she just lets things go and is codependent and enables it. She's an enabler, and when stuff gets really bad, she's gonna say, "Oh, this came out of nowhere. He's just such a good guy." No, he has not been a good guy this whole time. Sorry,
Yeah, I didn't like when he said she should know better,
right.
and even the comments he was making about his date, and well, she needs to show some more skin. And then I'm like, what? It's like he just wants to control. And she, like, my issue with these couples is like they sit here and say things like, I think it was, what is her name? Otis's girlfriend, whoever, what, Sean, whatever, CH name, whatever her
I
name
think
is,
she's Shay, and that's Shalana.
Charlana or
Okay.
something.
Mm-hmm.
When she sat there and said out of her mouth, he's possessive, why are you there? Like, that's what I don't understand. When we'll get into Shorty and Kenneth and all that, but when you're sitting there saying these things out of your mouth, I'm like, why are you still there? That's what's like confusing to me, is what I'm trying to figure out. But like Dr. Nicole said, like, you were seeking to establish dominance. He was trying to dominate her with all his tactics of, you eat the leftovers and go take a shower. It was him trying, he felt low
Yes.
in that moment, and he was trying to make her feel low as well. And
Yes.
it was disgusting.
And honestly, him making her eat the leftovers is like telling her that she doesn't rate eating his food. Like, that's all dominance, and she doesn't see it. And I just don't like the way he talks to me. Girl, you need to get out now. Okay, sorry, I skipped one. Sorry, y'all.
What am I doing?
These two, okay, y'all. And I don't know if we have another clip of it. So he took her phone. So he threw the necklace over on Peachtree. He said he was going to do that. I wasn't surprised when she comes out of the bathroom, I guess, and says, "Where's my necklace?" And it was gone. But so he takes your phone, goes into the bedroom, locks himself in the bedroom for 2 hours, and checks your pictures and does all of this like private investigator work. What? And you're okay with this? And then we're going to talk about it later, but so then you get the phone back. So you hadn't gotten the phone back until the next day, until after you guys left here, and you find out that he has downloaded your banking account information. Why are you still in the car? That's probably a car that you're probably paying for.
Right.
Why are you, and you might be short, but girl, you have a lot, you can, listen, you could drop kick, listen, you could have kicked that man, you only reach up to his privates anyway. Kick that man and go, and listen, you have stuff to do work with on this. So I just feel like it's really, and I'm sorry, what's his name? I know she goes by Shorty. What's his name?
Kenneth.
So Olajuwon, Kenneth Olajuwon, starts crying earlier. Starts crying. I don't know why I act like this. I shouldn't act like this. It should be better. Shut up. You acting like Olu. Shut up. Because you're just going to do it again. You're going to act up. Then you're going to stop crying. I shouldn't act like this. I should talk to you better. This, that, and the other. Shut up, Olajuwon. You acting the same way the other little boy does. So I'm just tired. I'm sorry. Him taking screenshots of her banking information. And I agree with her that this shows that he's trying to make it so she'd be afraid to leave. Oh, I better not leave, or he's going to threaten to blackmail me, or he's going to threaten to do this, that, and the other. I can't leave because of other reasons. Girl, apparently she's a radio. She's on the radio. Tell all this man's business on the radio. Let everybody know who you're running with, and he will back down. You have other ways of getting away from him. This is also very scary. I'm sorry, this is very scary. And him crying in the bed, I was going to say the word pathetic. I don't like calling men pathetic, but yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I agree with 2 L's. Like she said, Shorty and Ken give me "we fight each other" vibes, because that's what I was waiting for. I was ready for her to swing because I felt like swinging too. But sorry, he doesn't seem intellectually equal with
Absolutely
her.
not.
So why is she with him?
No.
But first of all, I was having a little trouble with the whole bank statement thing, because I know with my phone, you got to put in all these passwords. Yes. You got to put in the verification code. So I'm like, how did he just get into the bank information unless they were already sharing that information with each other? Secondly, I'm like, was it Joshua said? He said Kenneth is a scammer. Shorty seems like the type of woman who doesn't want to be alone, so she is willing to tolerate anything.
I agree with that, Joshua.
I think he was really trying to get all of her bank information so he can drain out all her accounts. Like, if you're not going to be with me, then you're going to be broke. Yep. And you're not going to be happy either. Because ultimately, I think that's what's locking him in, is he's not able to financially support himself without her. So I think that was like his tactic. because that's what's important to him. Like, let me hurt you with the banking and all that stuff. So I was just like, yeah, why are you in the car? Why is he in the apartment? Why is he in the bed? How are y'all calmly walking around each other? That's why it's like, it's giving like y'all do this all the time. And even when she said he blackmailed her, not, was it blackmail? Or when his sabotage, like he likes to sabotage. So when he emailed all her coworkers stuff about her, I was like, why are you still here? Like, that
Yeah.
would have been enough for me. So, and I'm like, why is marriage on the table for these people?
Honestly, I don't think it is. I absolutely agree. He's not intellectually her equal, and I don't. She keeps saying he right now does not seem like the marrying type. I want to go to what did Trey Mack just say?
Hold on. Oh Lord, hold on.
And I agree. I think that she is in her 40. Absolutely, Crystal. These two, this dude now, he is just might be Dusty. I can't, y'all. I can't believe I just said that. Thank you, Trey. The spirit of Linlin has possessed me, and Shorty loves toxic men. Period. So I think that her loving toxic men, um, I think that's the truth right there. I don't understand why she stayed. I don't understand after all of that happened in the bed. She's like, "Well, can we talk about this in the car? You just did this." She notices that you did it, and then he's like, "Can we just talk about this later?" No, we can't just talk about this later. I see what you did. We're going to talk about it now. And I do hear what you're saying about them giving each other a "we fight each other" vibes, and they like that we fight each other. But him crying in the bed was a lot to me. I said, "What are you doing? You're the one that's messing up." And he keeps doing this. They go back and forth like this all the time, just like Otis and Sherlana. They go back and forth all the time. I definitely think she's got to be 40s, and mentally and chronologically they're not the same maturity wise. But she's like, "Now that we're home, can we talk about this? Can you talk to me as to why you do this?" And he's like, "I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know why I do these things." And I just yeah, you self-sabotage, and your name is Olu. So stop.
Right.
Like,
I feel like he's done this over and over. I'm like, you
yeah.
cannot. First of all, were there even tears? I don't know if I even saw a
No, they're
tear,
not
but
yours.
I was just like,
I think he's doing it to make her feel bad so she won't argue.
but it's like, did he ever answer the question? Because she kept saying, well, why? I just want to know why you did something like that. Why were you doing that? Like, and I don't think he, it's just ridiculous. So the stud therapist says, I feel so bad for her. She probably did the show because she wants out and wants to put it on TV so she can get out. I don't
That's
know.
interesting.
I really feel like she is here partly for her radio career. Secondly, I don't know if this is a way for her to get out. I don't know. I didn't think about that. I
I
don't know.
did think about what they said earlier about the radio career. I definitely thought that when I first saw them. I said, "Oh, she's just here for her radio career," because they're not an equal match. They're at all. Like, is she the Shone of from last season? Like, he wanted to be a comedian, and now she's here for her radio career. So yeah, I agree. I just think that this is, and him not, he wasn't even, and I just got in my head, and so he couldn't even participate in the date. I said, "Oh, please, okay, Olajuwon, just stop it." uh Ricky Rose, Ricky Rose, Ricky Rose.
I was disappointed in Shay. She, because of her reasoning, she she chose not to go on another date with oh boy because he physically wasn't what she liked. And I was like,
the man who is physically what you like is crazy, and you need to run from him.
the one that's physically what you like, leave you in cars in the hot sun in
Yes.
Georgia.
Yes.
So, like,
so to me, I actually
pick a
just thought that
side.
she said that because she did not want to make him feel bad for picking that guy again. I think that, yeah, I actually was very disappointed in her too, because mentally, physically, the guy was handsome, but besides that, mentally, and they could have a good conversation. I thought that everything else, they would have been a good match, and she should have. I think that she is self-sabotaging. I think that she needs to get out of her own way. Come to find out, and we're probably going to talk about this later, but I guess it's his turn to have a date,
Yeah.
and then now she's gonna start to act up. But her not picking him for a second date, and you even said it. I said, I hope they go on a second date. And you're like, I don't think she's gonna pick him for a
I
second
knew
date.
she wouldn't, but at the same time, like, I went through a phase where I had to change what I was attracted to, because I like the F boys. I was attracted to F boys physically, but emotionally they couldn't give me what I needed. So I had to change what I was attracted to, and I think she's not going to want to do that. She wants the jewelry, the brands, the labels. So it's like, you got to pick a side. If you want commitment, you want to be, you want a husband, and you want someone that brings you around their family, you got to change what you're attracted to, or else you just deal with it.
You're going to have to do the work.
Royce.
She's going to have to do the work, and she's not. Am I going right? Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
so
you take her phone? Yeah, I took her phone. And why? It just, yeah. This banking and financial records. This was crazy.
How did he get the records though? Unless
I agree
she had the records in her phone, like are the passwords in her phone.
Did he
I'm like, were you already sharing this information with him and he just finally decided to send him to himself? Or like, did he already have access to this information?
Yeah, is it in her notes, in her phone? Like, that makes no sense. Why wouldn't you know this stuff by heart? Or why wouldn't, does he know? Is it like on one bank where you just do like the dots or something? Like, did he know what to do? But all of that should be fingerprint. There's so many things. I just agree. But why are you still there? If that man did that to you, I'll be like, oh no, that is so suspect. That is so suspect. I'm sorry, I just want to make sure.
So it's like, so this man clearly has a spirit of sabotage. So sabotage, let's just go to the Bible real quick. The enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy.
Yep.
Sabotage is you want to destroy what is happening. So why would you want to be with someone that wants to hurt you, that wants to hinder you? You can't move forward with that. And you're talking about, well, maybe he's not the man. Maybe he can't be the man that I need him to be. No, he can't.
No, he can't. You've already said. He has already said, I don't think that he is marriage material. You've gone into this saying that. So if you've already gone into this saying that, no, you can't. He's not ready to be married, and he's self-sabotaging, and he's sabotaging you. Now he's got your bank statements. You got to change everything over. I just don't trust this man. He's giving me emotionally abusive vibes. He hit her. If he hit her, she wouldn't be able to call for help. She is a sugar mama. Yeah,
she is.
Well, that's what I was saying, Joshua. Maybe she had her banking statements in her phone, which is still just, it's all bad.
Let's see.
She's very pretty. When I really like a guy, I like to ask a lot of questions.
She was very, very pretty in the face. The weave was bothering me. It was giving like 2002, like first, like when they was first learning how to do installs and stuff. I
She does look
Was
like
it just
old.
me? The weave bothered me. I just felt like she had it going on, and then the weave wasn't quite right. But she's very pretty on Instagram. She has the weave together on Instagram. But what is his name?
She went with
Otis.
Otis. Yeah, she went with Otis.
Otis said that he wanted her to show some more
On a
skin.
first date, though, he said, "I like her. I like how she puts herself together. I like that she's covered up. But on a first date, she need to show more skin." I was like, "What?" Mm. Otis is contradicting himself.
This is like, you got to pick a side. That's what
Pick a
like I
side.
keep saying, because you are mad at Charlana for going on this date, bringing home flowers. You go with her and you're like, oh, I can tell she's mature by the way she's dressed, but she needs to show more skin. She needs, like, you got to pick a side, because what you want comes with a certain package, and you either have to accept it or go along with whoever doesn't have exactly what you want because they come in the package that you want. So it's like, you got to pick a side. I was just like, mm-mm.
I like what the Lady and Son said, and Lady and Son, I might just use that. I forgot who said it, but men construct and boys destruct.
Right?
A
Hello.
husband is not going to willingly destroy a foundation that takes
Yes.
time and energy to build. Say
Mm-hmm.
that. I agree with that. Yeah. All of these men, all of these couples are toxic in toxic relationships. Are sorry. All of these couples are in toxic relationships. I don't understand why OWN is committed to lowering the bar of what is black love every season. Ooh, high vibes. You just said a word right
Mm-hmm.
there. Yeah, I agree. This was a lot. Otis should have been glad Charlana's date was dorky looking. Yes. He just and see, because Charlana doesn't go at him like he goes at her,
Right.
it's almost like he feels justified. I know that that's not right, but he's like, man, I shouldn't have gone at her so hard. And then, you know, I do this, I better act right. Okay, what did you think of what's his name?
I like
Alana's
her.
date?
I like her. I says, this Kai 2.0, this, she got it. She know Kai.
Yes.
She's definitely friends with Kai.
Hmm.
I'm convinced.
Or she was also giving me she's the girl that was from New York. What's his name? Not Sean, the other guy. The girl that was from New York that had the butt that kept trying to kept trying to flirt with what's his gosh, not Kai. Her name was uh Eric's date, Eric's last date, and he had kept going out on her
Who's
with her.
Eric?
Eric
Leilani? No.
Leilani.
Leilani wasn't that outspoken.
You think that Leilani was very sweet though. Leilani was very sweet, but she was from New York and she had all of the this and the that going on too. So she kind of gave me New York, but I hear what you're saying with the Kai. I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
She was,
The sexy Puerto
I
Rican.
like that she stood her ground. Okay, the top was revealing, but that's her prerogative. And like, what are you talking about? Get a safety pin and don't put your
I
arm
agree with
on
that.
the armrest. And I was like,
She was tapping on
what?
the window. She was tapping on the window.
And she said, I'm good. This is me. This is me.
Honestly, with lip gloss, yeah, this is me right here. I'm good. I'm good right there. I'm good right here. She was doing too much. I'm sorry, but Shay was doing too much. First, she was upset with him because he was wearing two bracelets of these gaudy big gold and silver bracelets with this man. She was doing too much. And following him out the door, peeking when she opened the door, she only peek at her, look her up and down and stuff. She was just doing too much. I was like,
But do
Shay.
you think Alfonso is going to go for her? Do you think Alfonso is going to go on a second date with her?
Now you said something. If he's anything like Dorian and wants just to and she's like Kai, then yes. But my first instinct is to say no. Um,
Mm-hmm.
my first instinct is to say no because he's not like, as far as mentally and as far as the conversation wise, he does like Shay. So for that reason, he's gonna say no. What do you think? You think he's gonna
I
say yes?
think he's gonna say no because he's already been with the girl like her, or he's already
Because
been
he's had
around
enough of the
women
girls
like
like
her.
her.
Like it's nothing, like it's not a challenge, it's nothing new for him. So I don't think he's gonna pick her for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
And when he sat there and he said, "Oh, she's feeling me. She likes me. It feels good to know." So it kind of like she boosted his ego for that moment, but I don't know if he's going to continue to see her. But
He needed any little the tiniest thing to boost his ego because she didn't even say anything that big. I think he asked, "Well, what's your type?" And she was like you or something like that. You know, she likes dark tall. She said she likes tall, dark skinned men,
he is
and he
not
said
cute
like
to
you.
me. I'm like, what?
No, at all, at
I don't
all.
see it.
Just everything from his underbite, just everything. He's not cute at all. But
The underbite.
she knew what to she knew what to she knew what to say. And I was like, you're just grasping at straws now. You just want to, oh, she's feeling me. She likes me. She really doesn't. She really doesn't. Okay, what did you think of this? He does not. What's
He
funniest?
was acting like he was with his parole officer doing community
Yes.
service.
I wasn't going to say parole officer, but that's funnier. I just like, are you in school? Are you a freshman in
This looked
college?
like one
Like,
of them ITT
yes,
commercial
that's
ads or
what I was
something. What is I was just
yes.
sitting there watching
He was
TV.
like, I better pay
Life was just
attention.
passing me by,
Yeah,
and
because
the
that's
commercial
exactly
came
what I
on, and
thought.
I said, "Why don't I go to college
Yeah, that's
and learn a
exactly
trade?"
that's exactly what I thought. I was like, let me pay attention. He's like,
So
mentally I'm just off
ICDC,
because
so
this
ICDC
situation.
college.
Right. That's what I thought, not parole officer. I was like, are you in school? Like, what is happening? And I was like, didn't they tell you where you were going? Like, what didn't they tell you where your date was? And I just looked at him and I said, you don't want to date. You don't like this. Let me make sure I get this right. And I'm so in my head, dating's just been so hard. And da, 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 da. I was like, oh my gosh, boy, he just looks yeah, he don't want to be there. He don't want to be there, and he thinks he needs to. I just yeah. This one he's mentally. I even think mentally um she's even more mature than, and they're probably closer in age than him and Shorty. This one. I know now she's a jealous woman. I know
So
now she is.
this episode ends again with another storm off, or like another, like it ends with them like getting into another argument. I'm like, is this how every episode's going to end?
Yes.
So,
Yes,
but
this is how every episode's going to end. And I just think he doesn't want her after 3 years. Oh, this is what I was going to say about, and did we miss a clip of their date? I was saving it for their date. But so to find out, he's got 3 kids. His oldest child is 20. He's got 2 boys and a girl, and he's 45. Shay doesn't have any kids, and Shay wants children. So he said, well, if we stay together, then, I'll give her a kid. I don't mind doing that. I was like, how do you sound? You sound like Donovan. Like, if you don't want children and she's never had kids, this is something serious. You don't even want to talk to your mother about this woman. You've got 3 kids. So your mother, who has been knowing your ex, the mother of your children, for probably over 20 years or longer, you won't introduce the new woman into her life. Your mother's like, she knows, she thinks there must be a reason why he won't let me like get to know this new girl. I don't have to. I'm not going to. I can hold this over his head. And he's saying that he doesn't want you. He's not interested. To me, children are a big deal. And this is something that some man shouldn't be like, well, I guess I'll give her children. I already got three, so I was done. But I'm with somebody that doesn't have kids, so I guess no. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. And I'm like, so from what Shay said at the end of the episode, that people are telling her she needs to get her hoo-ha checked. And I'm like, so that means that there's cheating, or so I'm like, has there been cheating, or is there evidence of cheating? Because I'm wondering that, because I don't like when he says things like she's insecure or she's jealous. But if you're doing things that have made her that way,
Yep.
that's not all on her. So I guess we'll find out next episode. But it sounds like girls have been in her DMs
Mm-hmm.
telling her about other women.
And that's
And
stressful. I wonder if
right.
she may, and I mean, we don't know, and that's why I don't like to speculate on women and children, but like, you never know. She may have had a miscarriage, or two, or whatever. We don't know, because this man, that's stressful. This man could be running and she doesn't know what's going on. Here's a question, playing devil's advocate. Can we begin to see why fake Rick Rosa, his mama, doesn't like her? So this is what I was saying, Trey Mack. I think that his mother's kind of still playing puppet master, and he's letting his mother play puppet master at 45 years old, at your big age. uh his mother is very used to the ex, the mother of his children. So he's not making strides. He's not making any attempt to bring this woman into the family fold. So his mother's like, why should I get to know her? Why should I like her? If you're not, giving her a chance to come around here and make those strides. So her mother still she still has those strings. She can still hold those strings. I don't think.
I don't know. I don't know if the mom has like reason to not like her, but
I
I'm
don't
like,
think he does.
if we're basing that off her actions on the date with his date and the tapping on the window and all that different stuff, and her acting jealous or insecure, I can't say that we can begin to see why the mom is doing that, because obviously her son is probably doing stuff that's making her act that way.
I agree. And
But
just like you just said,
huh,
people have been in her. The reason why she's acting like this, she's like, it
right.
wasn't towards the girl. It was because women have been in my DM saying, "Oh, your man was with me last night," and stuff like that. So she's like, but to me, I'm like, if that's the case, then why would you go on this show of any show you could have gone on, or of any type of whatever to help you guys walk down that aisle? Why would it be this show when you know the premise is dating other people? So
For
yeah.
attention, maybe they want a house. They tired of the townhome. I don't know, but but I don't even think the mom has really had a chance to get to know her. I just think she's written her off the bat. And when he was saying, because before he went on his date, they were having a conversation, and she was saying, "You need to talk to your mom about me," and he said, "You need to talk to my mom." And I didn't like that, because I'm
I
like,
agree. I agree
what are you
with
talking
that.
about? She needs to do it. That's your mother.
Yeah.
And you've been going on trips. You've been kikiing with the mom and the baby mama. You need to go over there and sit down and have a discussion.
I agree with that totally. To me, for him to say, you talk to my mother, no, you're supposed to be doing the introductions. You're supposed to making strides to see that we all get together and there's more of a family unit. And he's not doing that. So she's feeling out of place. She's feeling like I don't have a place in this family. And that's the right way to feel. That's the right way to feel. And his mother he's not doing the work to let them know that she's more than just a girlfriend or whatever. It's just is and the fact that she's still letting it go after 3 years, that says a lot. I just don't think that he wants long term with her. He's already got kids.
Right.
He wants her in his life, but he's already got the kids. He's already got the ex. He wants to still play with his Fendi shirt, with his gold Fendi shirt. Mm-mm.
But to us, I do not think Shay has interacted with the child's mother. If she has, it's probably there were some hands being thrown
Yeah,
because the the baby's mom already has Alfonso and his
his
mother on
mother,
her side.
right? She doesn't
So
need to. The mother of his children, she doesn't need to interact with her because she's the one that kind of holds the cards right now. Unfortunately, and his mother and the ex are holding the cards. She has no cards. To me, she needs to get with somebody that really wants her in his life, and that wants children and wants more. Because she's not going to get that with she's got red bottoms and a townhome and the cars. That's what she wants. Women have been telling her that she needs to get taste tested. He's probably out here cheating with no protection. Okay, because you said earlier she needs to check. She needs to get her things checked, and I was like, "What do you mean?" Okay, yeah, she probably does. Well, um, mm, just don't. Yeah.
thank y'all for tuning in today. And yes, it's these shows are getting crazier and crazier.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We're gonna be doing it like this until the end of Put a Ring on It. I'm sorry, until the
Ready to
end of
love.
Ready to Love. And yeah, this has been a lot of fun. We got more stuff coming. Please subscribe to Misha Allen on YouTube, and please subscribe to Crystal Annette on YouTube. Yeah, this is.
Thank you, Future.
Thank you. Thank you for a great double chat. Thank you guys.
Thank
And thank
you.
you for enduring the dog because I was like, I know I hear it. So Lisa was like, I don't hear it. I said, okay, go ahead.
I didn't hear it the whole live, but hey.
Okay. Thank y'all so much. And see you next Sunday. I got some things coming. So please put on your notification bell for Misha Allen and for Crystal Annette because there's going to be more great content coming. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Right, bye. I want to make sure you get them all in.
My mouse